The physical garment has evolved into a digital masterpiece, and the future of our wearable identity is looking absolutely amazing. We'll witness Louis Vuitton's transition into 3D world design and explore why Tokyo Fashion Week is getting smarter, not smaller. We'll also be watching Junya Watanabe's latest runway reveal, analyze the global fashion system COS is building, and reveal the SaaS tech companies running the industry from behind the scenes. Let's jump to the news that this week has for us. Louis Vuitton just showed a collection that looks like it was built in a game engine and exported to a runway. Under Nicolas Ghesquière, this isn't about nature inspiration, it's about designing garments the way digital assets are actually constructed, in layers, with texture logic, and with movement already in mind before anything is physical. It starts in the design pipeline, where files begin to function across gaming, e-commerce, and virtual environments. If your design files can't move across those systems, you're not designing fashion, you're designing dead ends. Tokyo Fashion Week just did something FDMTL, Petite de Material, named outright, a show titled Pre-Singularity, The Age of the Individual, staged with AI as the conceptual threat. The implication was meant to be, a fashion show using AI as a threat concept should feel provocative or unsettling, but the fashion crowd just accepted it as normal. The strange was supposed to signal that the industry has already normalized something that should still be raising questions. I spent years producing fashion tech events in China where the question was always the same. Paris is the global benchmark for fashion legitimacy. Every other fashion week, Tokyo, Seoul, Shanghai, gets measured against it. So when a city tries to build its own fashion identity, the instinct is usually to position against Paris first. We're different from Paris, we're the alternative to Paris. But that's still letting Paris set the terms. The actual insight is that Tokyo never did that. It built its own system, its own designers, its own audience logic, without needing Paris to validate it first. Tokyo isn't emerging, it's been operating on a different logic the whole time. And the designers turning haunted houses and Frank Lloyd Wright schools into venues are doing what the big houses do with 10 times the budget. Except here the constraint is the concept, not the limitation. Junya Watanabe built couture gowns from biker jacket fragments, helmet scraps, and a mylar blanket still creased from the packet. The industry called it upcycling, but what it actually proves is that couture construction is strong enough to work on any material if you know what you're doing. Anina Net manufactured 162 Intel-powered smart gloves for the CCTV Spring Festival Gala. The construction had to hold underperformance conditions in front of 1.3 billion viewers, and the principle is identical. When the making is precise enough, the material becomes secondary. At Loewe, shearling was shaved and dyed by a Parisian dog groomer to create gradients from smooth to shaggy. Slip dresses were 3D printed directly in latex, and parkas were built with inflatable panels. At Issey Miyake, paper glued and lacquered by Kyoto artisans was shaped into rigid chest plates worn against the house's signature fluid pleats. Two houses, completely different methods, same argument. Craft taken to its technical limit is where fashion actually lives. COS, aka Collection of Style, showed its Spring 2026 collection in a brutalist bathhouse in Seoul. See now, buy now. Collection live on COS.com the moment the last model left the runway, and the sculptural neckline poplin shirt that opened the show was already in low stock before the front row had left their seats. Design director Karen Gustafson built the entire silhouette logic around American Gigolo, specifically the way Richard Gere's character dresses in that film, effortless because the clothes are constructed to move that way, not because he's trying, then grounded it in 90s minimalism. Pencil skirts, slinky knits, crinkled leather, silk, cream, and black and burgundy. COS just proved in Seoul that the hardest problem in fashion isn't the tech. It's the construction, a lesson Anina Net learned manufacturing 162 Intel-powered smart gloves for a CCTV audience of 1.3 billion viewers. COS is solving the same problem from the opposite direction. Clothes so well constructed that nothing is visible except the ease. The best fashion tech companies of 2025 are ones most people in the industry interact with every day without knowing their names. Trove helping Patagonia and Calvin Klein run their own resale channels, Archive powering the North Face and Oscar de la Renta's pre-owned platforms, JOOR processing $100 billion in wholesale transactions and making 191,000 new brand-to-buyer connections in 2025 alone. 360 Fashion Network cooperated with IBM, Nokia, Samsung, Amazon, and HP, and the pattern across every technology partnership was the same. The infrastructure layer is always more powerful than the product layer, and the companies that understand that are the ones that last. True Fit decoding size and fit for millions of shoppers, Style Arcade combining data science and AI to power smarter product decisions, Autone eliminating waste through AI-driven inventory prediction, Ghost unlocking revenue from excess inventory, FOM building resale experiences that decarbonize revenue streams. These are not supporting players, they are the architecture the industry runs on. Here are the week's top news. If you want to get more fashion tech news items of the week, check out our new podcast, 360 Fashion, or go to 360fashion.net/podcast or search for it on your favorite podcast platform. Don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss our latest episode. Let's get connected for our latest news and updates. Follow us on social media.